Thank you.
All right. Let's see if I can get you in there. You're too tall.
Where's the microphone?
All right.
What can you tell us about your character being stuck in the 50s for another week?
We'll find out a lot more about the relationship with Ray and Kendra this week. We'll see some more of the 50s, which is fun. And there'll be some drama with integrating back into the team for sure. Which I think it really propels the storyline for this episode forward, and a lot of the rest of the season too.
What do you think of Ray and Kendra?
I think it's a fun matchup. It wasn't something I envisioned early on, but it's kind of interesting. You would think that they match up pretty well in some ways. In other ways, it's a challenge because how do you, as was stated in episode 106, how do you pursue somebody who's just had somebody die, right? And they're destined to fall in love again, you think, right? So Ray apparently for some reason he likes to get into relationships where it seems like maybe it's a lose-lose situation, but he follows his heart, like a true puppy dog, I guess, or just wants to see where things go, if nothing else.
When you look back at the first season, at the end of all this, which of the time periods did you enjoy the most as an actor?
I've enjoyed the Wild West, the 1800s, the most, I think. The 50s was good, but I liked showing up every day and throwing on the Western gear. Long coat and the hat was a lot of fun, actually. It wasn't fun to shoot so much because it was cold and rainy. When we were shooting a lot, there was a lot of outdoor stuff, but it was good, and I got to do a lot of some fun scenes in that. So I worked with Jonah Hex. So.
Is there any time period that you would like to go to with the team?
Yeah, I'd like to go back to the medieval time, sometime in London or Scotland or Ireland or something during the medieval times, and trade the techno suit of armor for a real suit of armor. With fun. Wield the sword. I'm still trying to get that sword all the time.
So, Ray is standard, positive, internally optimistic self-development. Do you think that this experience is changing you?
Yeah, I think there's a different level of positivity that Ray starts to evolve into as the season goes. It's not that he loses his positive outlook. I think he just becomes more grounded and more balanced in understanding the other sides of life, and that when you still can remain positive, it's also important to come to a better understanding of where everyone else is coming from their point of view, and that you can work together with people who are criminals. And I don't think he thought that was not possible, but I think he had more judgment on characters like Rory and Snart at the beginning. Now he sees them more as just people who just need a little more love and friendship.
Speaking of characters, do you think that Ray can be like the moral compass of the group, considering his attitude?
I think so. That being said, I think he probably thought he was going in, and he had that judgment, which is a little bit too egotistical, right? Because, while he may have, he didn't rob banks and all that stuff, but but doesn't mean he's perfect, right? So, and it doesn't mean he doesn't have something to learn from other people. I think a lot of the journey is coming to an understanding of where all the other teammates are, where they've come from, how they can contribute, and being grateful for that, and just allowing people to change, and not holding them in a box of who you think they are. This is the criminal, you're this, and you'll never be anything else, but allowing them to be whatever they want to be.
So does Stein remember Ray, or does he not?
Does who? It seems that he doesn't really. He fakes that he does, but he doesn't really. And Ray probably still has a little bit of. He's a little bit miffed by that still, I would imagine, but he knows he's smart, so it doesn't.
When I know you're working on the finale episode. Can you just quickly say what went through your mind when you read the finale script?
It's big. And it's it's a kind of a sweeping episode. And different from what we've done the rest of the season, which I like. Each episode really is very different from the next, which I appreciate. And we actually are outdoors a lot. And when I read it, I kind of felt that like energy of being outdoors and when it's light. A lot of times our show exists at nighttime, and there's something magical to me and uplifting and positive about having more exterior scenes in the daylight, and kind of that helps leave the episode with a different kind of feeling and scope to it, which I really like.
Thank you.
Thank you.